The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Tablet and pen, let's have some fun. What I'd like you to do is take a picture of the first screen you see there. Now let's go through some kind of history and what I did for me. I didn't want to run a business. That was never my goal. All right, running a business, having employees and all that crazy stuff, to me is kind of like a pain in the ass set. But my goal was, how do I get money coming in? And that's what I did. Years ago, I wrote a book on laundromats, dry cleaning, things like this, and literally laundry, pay phones, all kinds of crazy stuff. I had 22,000 pay phones. That's bringing money in. My goal was to have the money come in automatically. In one of my first series of books 46 years ago, I actually called it auto income. And that's what I wanted to do for me, auto income. So here's some types of businesses you can get that a third party can run it for you. In other words, you can become an investor, getting up to that 100,000 a month. Again, that's very simple because that's what I did for me. And you can do the same thing if you follow through. It's not easy. There's rules and tools. Now, number one, we don't allow you to take pictures or record. Your ultimate goal is put it in your mindset, habit forming. And we have to look at what the banks and grocery stores do. In other words, in your city today, I'll bet you'll find an empty building for Bank of America. Their parent company, a bankrupt location, branch number, and that's what's called a subsidiary. So if we learn to play the game the way I did, and I followed them, look behind that curtain, I wanted not to bring the pain home. Most people bring the pain home because they don't understand how to play the game. Business is a game. The goal is to win the game of business. That was my first series I wrote 46 years ago. Sam's Club, Geico, all right, cities. So what do we get to do? Our first goal is we have to repackage ourselves. Not easy. It's a pain in the ass. Most people didn't listen to rules and tools, and I've been teaching and preaching for 46 years. Stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO. Understand how to program your brain to millionaire status. Look beyond the curtain. That's the biggest thing for me. Tearing apart magazines and looking at rich and famous people as a kid, being dropped off at the pier when I was 3 years old, kind of sucks. But I wanted out of hell. And so what did I do? Born in a taxi, nobody really cared. Remember, they treated me like I was a piece of you-know-what. So the ultimate goal, I wanted millions and billions too. So understand my journey started out being born in a taxi. She threw me in a trash can. I got the wee of Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. So the ultimate goes, we have to understand. Whatever you want, if you want it bad enough, you'll get through the process. And understand one thing, you can't have excuses. So the first thing we have to do is look at our personal credit. You see, there's a lot of blah, blah, blah out there, and I got a book coming out called Bullshit to Pay Our Bills. All you have to understand about personal credit. When I designed the system, a lot of the systems that you use today, when I was training Ken Yorber years ago, all cards fluctuate credit but two. That means they go up and down. Most people do, they jack them up, they drop the score, they get stuck, they can't get any more. And then they basically haunt their house and hurt their families. These cards would basically have to be at 25, 29% rule. But if we do that correctly, these cards can be maxed out $1 million. That combination, anybody can always have an emergency, jack it up $1 million, never hurt the score, it never drops anymore. So the ultimate goal is knowing rules and tools. You see, rules and tools are important to me. Steps. So the 29% rule and gold and platinum cards. Your way, I'm sorry, because I'm direct and I'm blunt. Your way didn't work. I think your way sucks, to be honest with you. My way works 100%. So if we look at what we're trying to accomplish, I have no excuses. Okay, I work my tail off to accomplish my goals. Every time I hear white men don't jump, that's called stupid people. Hell, I broke the record in fastest kick, highest kick in 1981. So if you want to go to the classes that we have every weekend, we do, simple, and every day. But I have everything I ever want. It's your turn to get the same thing too. But you have to listen. You're going to have to follow through. That's the ultimate goal. That's why you got raisecredit.com. Now, I got a TV show coming up and towards the end of March. We're on Odyssey right now, nationwide. We're going to that as well. We're getting ready to shake it up, wake it up. Now, I had a problem when I got 2.6 billion at 26 to corporate structure. I was bored. Everything you want. And if you have everything you want, what are you going to do next? Race boats, yachts, helicopters, car collection, all the stuff. I was bored. My wife calls this my hobby. Okay, I like helping people rebuilding their lives. So you today need to get that self-confidence, discipline, motivation, and fight through the pain. As we do this, I have a foolproof program. You can't even screw it up as long as you follow through. But the goal is not to screw it up ever. Now, winning the game of business is what I developed the first thing 46 years ago from one of my companies called Repackaging America. Page 6, paragraph 3 was very simple. Financial freedom, cash flow free for time. Now, we all go through bad times, so we have to understand something flat out. We're all going to get our assets kicked sometimes. Here's me, almost 15 years ago. Literally, I died and the hospital took a picture. I died at 5:41 on July 5th. Sucks, ruined my whole day. But let's understand something. My wife is Colombian. She basically has outreach in Colombia, Jamaica, Mexico, and California. She brought somebody that came into the country, wanted to take one of my 3 yachts in the backyard out. Well, that person had a virus, and I get to get the virus, and she told the office he's in a coma. He's probably going to die. Ron went over there at the U-Haul truck stealing my books and CDs. Tom sold my websites and my phone numbers. So be careful of the people around you. Okay, I was given a choice, and Jesus said, stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. So there are rules and tools to get you to the $1 million dream. I created a blueprint. I sold it at the Bonaventure for 32 years, $5,000 a set. The office sells it, 12-book CDs for $599. I give it away for $199 during a live event with me. I used to sell for $5,000. Now, take a picture right here, clickety-click. Let's say All right, some of you, your whole life is all jacked up and screwed up because you didn't get rules and tools, so you didn't pay attention. Okay, what happens is when we build supply credit, and I guide you to build the supply credit can turn to cash credit. In other words, it can balance your debt and get you past go. Next, again, Google the address to find out I'm telling you the truth. I got to million to billion under corporate structure. It's the only way to get it anyway. From there, starting a business, that's not easy. Some of your friends and family are going to knock you off the cliff. You don't know if they're going to catch you, you're going to fall off or die. Hold your breath a little bit. Let's focus at a corporation's a legal person. This is our first thing we have to start with. Half of you, maybe all of you, have a corporation. You think it's going to protect you. It's not going to. Okay, corporation was designed as a legal person. Supreme Court says so. Because the United States of America incorporated cities and states. Now, I heard this when I was 7.5 years old. All right, I wrote it down and went to the library the next day. Find out there's a book. No, there's no book. She came back and said, here's a my business book. I had to master the book. I wanted out of hell, and that's what I wanted for me. You see, what I didn't pay attention is right there. It may sue or be sued. All right, I didn't pay attention to that. Now, I am the founder of Helping Hand Industries. I started that when I was 10 years old. Okay, 9.5, 10 years old. I sent away $10, Secretary of State's website, California. All right, no problem. So I sent it in the mail, came back, Helping Hand. But then I got $100,000 of credit cards in the mail. It freaked me out. It freaked us all out. Why? See, in the 70s and 80s, people got credit cards in the mail. All right, I even got named in the movie Dave. Here's where I didn't pay attention to. All right, you see, I started the first Orange County Blind Center. I used the word Braille. I got named in a lawsuit. Scared the crap out of me. I was 12.5 years old. Our goal is to remember never to bring the pain home. What most people do is because they jack this up, get stuck and screw it up, and then their corporation gets sued and they're kind of screwed up. The goal is learning to play the game to win. When you hear the word no, it does not mean no. It means I don't know how. So get around the no. From there, our goal should always be to write down and work on 90 working days. We can't look at the end of the year. We got to look at 90 days. Every step of the way. Simple. Now, I'd like you to think about a legacy. I'd like you to think what you're trying to do for you. You know, you worked for somebody else. You started your own company. You took all that pressure, put it on your back. 87% of businesses fail. So what are you going to do next? So what are we going to do? Hopefully repackage you. We look at irrevocable trust because we have to plan to die. We look at the UCC 19 ways to use the form, entitlement of ownership, assets at the house or the office. We could turn it to a chattel mortgage, the ultimate goal. From there, when we die, we have to realize one thing: where does our stuff go when we're dead? All right, irrevocable trust. See, you looked at the Gettys, the Firestones, all right, you know, Hiltons, all right, Fords, all these people, they did it the right way. So they actually did it under the corporate umbrella. Corporation's a legal what? Person. But it has a problem. If they sue the corp, they sue you because you're the voice of the corporation. If you create a division under the corporation, you don't bring the pain to the corp or your family. Your banks and grocery stores bankrupt locations all the time. I'm sorry to say you didn't follow through by looking behind the curtain. So when I was a kid, they kept saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I said, what does it mean? All they could do is go and give me no answer. I invented and created a process called division process in 85, 86. This way your name's not on the form and you don't have to bring the pain to the corp or your family. If the banks and grocery stores can file bankruptcy for locations when oh shit day happens to them, so can you. All right, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. I call it free money. When I got the credit cards in the mail, it freaked us kind of out. If we take $50,000 of credit card from the corporation, we write off interest rate in the credit card. That means we don't have to pay anything besides use the money to finance the business. What most people do, unfortunately, they steal it from their family and screw it all up. You have 16 ways to be an investor. Now, I had 17 and a half, I had 19 houses. They told me I couldn't get number 20. They told me no, I don't like no. What I found out from there is very simple because I was doing flippity dippity doos. The buyer's a liar, the agent, the broker too. They're hiring the contractor who hires a subcontractor that stands outside Home Depot. They're all trying to steal my money. I didn't like it. I thought it sucked. I transferred my properties to my divisions to separate liability. 21 years old, I decided to be the bank. So I want you to think about something today about becoming the bank. All right. Now, the first car I ever sold, I sold the car. He gave me a deposit. He's going to go to his credit union, all right, to get the balance. I said, no, thank you. I have an entity that I work for that carried the paper. So he paid me. I paid the loan that I had, and I made $413 difference. I made $413 difference for 7 years. The first house that I sold, okay, I did the same thing, and I got money, $1,200 a month for 30 years. So it's not a lot. I don't want you to think about being rich. That's the biggest problem. Being rich, no. Corporation can be rich, but not you. So the ultimate goal is got about $2,000 a month to pay my bills. My goal was $1,000 a month. So I want you to think about something. In case you want to do flippity dippity doos, or you want to get an apartment complex and basically split deed it. That's called assignment of mortgage. When I had my real estate system that I developed, doing billions in real estate, financial series, become the bank buckets of money. That's the assignment of asset. So the goal should be is auto income. From there, again, what I showed you earlier, these are the things that give you auto income. Very easy to do as well, but you have to follow through. Now, this person who had this restaurant, $200,000 of equipment and everything else all done up, he passed away, God rest his soul. Okay, it costs $5,000 to take over everything. That's auto income. What did I do? I did a pop-up for Faizuli's Colombian Coffee. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. By Sunday rolled around, we had $96,000. We hired people. What does this do for us? Simple. So what happens is if I create auto income for you, all right, you have the ability to turn that money into buying a location of something, auto income. I can help you get bridge loans and double the payment. From there, you can do one of the investments with me. Okay, and you can make all kinds of money, but it's up to you as you do this. So let's think about real estate. Number one, you have 14 states that brand new houses, literally brand new house for 100,000 below. We can take a corporate credit card. We can basically put 5,000 down, and we can have a third-party management real estate office or Section 8. Okay, there's auto income. From there, we can go to the banks. They all have basically properties on their dashboards that are repossessed. They want someone to take over payments. We can go through HUD. All right, residual income. We can turn around and look at different websites like HUD, short sale, foreclosure, auction. Auto income. What are we looking to do? Dry cleaning. I wrote the whole book on dry cleaning because it's very simple. It's a storefront. This client's getting $63,000 a month, between $47,000 and $63,000 a month. It costs him $125 down. He used the corporate credit I built him and the basically checkbook money. Next one here is basically $30,000 a month coming in. Again, there's that one. They wanted $80,000, took $5,000 down. What are we creating? Residual income, auto income. You can call it passive income. I don't care. Just money coming in to pay the damn bills. Wendy's restaurants. Okay, Jack in the Box, gas stations. Okay, every time you see an empty location, that should be targeted for like a Faizuli's Colombian Coffee location because they're all over the place. Again, what do we look at? Like a blueprint. Your goal is to have me blueprint you, believe it or not. Past, present, and future, good, bad, and ugly. Family, corporation, divisions, irrevocable trust, car, house, auto income, and cash flow for your time. That would be the goal, is to blueprint you to make sure we basically tear you apart. I'm sorry, your way sucks. You're not to million to billion like I created, and I can help you if you allow me to. The main thing is like getting basically for that 100,000. We have a 6 weeks, we have a 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. What happens is in the 6 weeks program, if you have certain things, we don't give you the certain things you already have. You don't need it. The goal is the coaching, the phone calls, and extending maybe rapids and classes. But a goal is simple. In a 6-week program, we can rebuild anybody. That's the goal. Next, we have to look at credit, loan, and money. Credit, loan, money is very simple because what you have to realize is you had some money. Why didn't you leverage it before you spent it or pissed it away? There's the problem. Your corporation should be a management company. and have a division for franchise in apartment complex, setting up the line of defense. Banks will actually give you up to 1.5 million. That's financial freedom. That's auto income. All right, up to 100,000 a month. So again, it's like if you need 25,000 in credit. All right, it's very simple for us. We give you 10 times your investment of your money back. So like $2,500, you get 25,000. All right, from there, I always give a webinar discount. It's $19.99. You get a discount through me. If it was 50,000, you get a discount as well. The ultimate goal, save another $1,000. If it's 100,000, all right, you save about $3,000. Again, this is just discounting to getting lines of credit for you corporate divisions. And it's always a Zelle, or you call the office. Okay, or you email if you need to use a card. So let's think, here's my problem. My problem is having $53 million of credit cards and all this stuff, book after book after book, they sort of shrink some limits. That scared the crap out of me. I didn't want to lose limits. It's mine, I don't want to give it away. But what I did is I ended up loaning out money. Corporation can do private loan. So I took $50,000 off the card as an example. I created $2,400 a month. There's auto income. You could design your own income per month, by the way. Now, my dashboards are different than most people because I tend to be able to give you basically a lot more credit than you can pop for you using my history and my dashboard. So the reality is basically using my dashboard and using the history, the cards are a lot bigger than you can get. From here, a division allows us to multiply. So what I did in the Bucket the Money book is I basically demonstrated my first blueprint. It took me 18 months to do my first blueprint. I took every $100,000 per each entity and I loaned out the money to maintain those credit cards. $41.33 per month. By the time I was done in 18 months, I had $190,000 a month of auto income. 41 divisions, auto income. So again, you could actually do that if you wanted to just create auto income because the credit is a tool. It's actually your product. There's 190,000 a month. So there again, what you want to structure for you and what you want to do for your business, creating auto income. From there, what do we get to do? My next matrix was 661,000 a month. It took 33 months to do that one. The last time before the coma, I was doing $1 million a day, having fun. Is that okay? So again, buckets of money is what you should be focused on. All right, don't stop yourself. The only thing that can stop you is you. We can create buckets of money every day. So making a money making machine would be the ultimate goal. What do we have to do? 5 reasons why corporate credit. It's a write-off. Hell, it's free money. I just have to maintain the payment. I'm not hurting my family. All right, divisions give me my line of defense. And I can build a legacy. That's the ultimate goal. So if I look at this diagram one more time, banks and grocery stores and cities, they file bankruptcy right off on their taxes, and it's we the people. What do we get to do? Stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram our brain to millionaire status. Now, my first blueprint I ever made was at 9.5 years old. After I sent away my money order for $10, Secretary of State of California, and I called my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. That's what I called it. It makes sense because it works. Now, most people tread water, play it safe. Here's 5 things I need you to write down. If you want to get to millionaire through the corporate structure, these are 5 must-haves. 750, build you up to that, corporate divisions, line of credit, cash credit for 100,000 to $1 million, checkbook money, supply and vendor money. That is foundation structure. The goal is to repackage everybody, and that's why I named it Repackage America years ago, kind of like Humpty Dumpty. So again, there's 1,000 things to learn. It's not easy. It's a pain in the ass. But if you're willing to do the time, I'm willing to hold your hand and get you through the process of this. I sold the Millionaires Founders Kit up to Bonaventure for 32 years for $5,000 a set. Corporation's a legal person and may sue or be sued. What do we have to remember? Every business you do should be a division. Every location of a building, every location, every car, every credit card, division, division, division. We have a problem with division. We're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If we have to, under the Federal Protection Act, we might bankrupt the entity. We might have a tenant that slips and falls. What is our goal? Build cash and supply credit. I'm willing to sacrifice a division, never the corp in my family. So far, most of you have been sacrificing yourself and your family and doing it wrong. We have to look at bankruptcy. Why? Because when we have an oh shit day, we file what? Bankruptcy personally or corporate division. You have to plan the problem. If you allow me to get the tax ID, I will establish a SPEAR and Chandler and Equifax cash reports for you instantly. This allows us to build cash credit as we rebuild you. It'll line you up for what's called checkbook money. Checkbook money is simple. The bank's going to give you up to $150 unsecured. When we look at division of me, and I'd like you to write that down for you. Here's your problem. You allowed yourself to sign the lease of cars, buildings, and everything you do. You allowed yourself to be the duck and the sheep. Line 1 there says legal name of entity or individual person. So a person, corp, division, or subsidiary, in building a corporate umbrella up to $1 million of credit. That would make sense. As we do this, understand the car division, the building division, all right, properties division. All right, the S is for to receive money, not to pay tax till you're profitable. Fair Lending Act says one card can create up to 99 more cards. All right, financing the dream. Ultimate goal. Again, division process. Now, for me, it came out of that coma. All right, 2011, or we're homeless. What am I going to do? Everything was stolen. I sold the wedding ring, the Rolex, the necklace, the bracelet. From there, I took my 3 divisions of me and my 5 closet divisions. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. And then I bought my wife her next dream house. There's no reason anybody stays down. The reason you stay down is your lack of knowledge. A division of you. Divisions in safety, divisions, closets, and divisions of you. From here, what do we get to do? All right, if we had a bad piece, we get to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. So we have to understand the foundation. So if we're going to go get the money, we can't bring the pain home anymore. Okay, the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and women. People aren't stupid. Half the world is freaking lazy. The other half needs to know the rules and tools. And that's the ultimate goal. So a division of me, I've obtained credit, property, and on top of that, franchise, money. Never bring the pain home again. So if you have a corp today, look it online. Please check it out. Why? You probably use your home address, which is silly and dumb. It should be mailbox, etc., shared office space. Right now, when they sue that corporation, they will sue you. You're the voice of the corporation, and that kind of sucks. You never create your line of defense, and that's the ultimate goal, creating a line of defense. So it's like that form right there. How does the bank, the grocery, and the city file bankruptcy? Well, they have a separate number. It's a branch number. It's a tax ID. Your name can be legal name of entity or individual person. The only form that the IRS ever created that I can owe research and all my research to find out was an SS4. It allows banking and credit purposes. That's why it was designed for. So again, one per entity. Your corporation should do 4 things, and that's it. It should buffer tax. No taxes due to your profitable. All right, corporate credits a write-off. Car at fleet price and free buffet. Your divisions are your line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and liability, separating that for real estate. If we create a line of defense, we the people will no longer be the duck and the sheep. We create a corporate umbrella and tax IDs for credit reports. From there, goodies. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? All right, boats, yachts, and race boats under a division process, Duffy's. Harley's got to ride with Neil Diamond a couple of times. So the goodies you get to get, these are usually when you hit about $10 million. So the goal should be up to $1 million of cash cards and up to $5 million of checkbook money. That should be your goal. 1,000 steps, rules, and tools, mastering those. From there, make you a money-making machine. If I rebuild you here, the goal is to go get the green spark card. I only like 10 cards anyway. From there, the 2 sisters for 30,000. Those 3 cards is 160. Now, if I divide it by and count it by divisions, well, that's over $1 million now. The B of A times 9. The Wells Fargo times 9. All right, from there, we have basically the Chase times 9. How about the gold times 9? So if we take in these basic 5 cards up, and away, that could be over $1 million of credit. maybe up to 5. At that time, why don't we go to the bank? As long as you have a good average balance, they're going to give us up to 150 unsecured. As long as you have a corporate division, it's 2 years old. That checkbook money is what you should use to buy that lifetime income. Again, that way you don't bring the pain home, up to $5.4 million worth. And that would be the ultimate goal. So the goal is to repackage people. But understand, you're stuck with me from beginning to middle to the end. 46 years in person or online. All right, on top of that, maybe both. From here, here's Carl. Carl has 1.2 billion worth of B of A, but he brought 728,000 last year. He doesn't pay state or federal tax. Walt Disney wrote an IOU to themselves not to pay tax. So what we have to realize is, all right, if we took 1,000, 5,000 all the way up and away, we could actually leverage that into $1,125,000. If we take corporate credit to finance the business, borrow money is not taxable. We get to write it all off. The chance you take is a division and not you and your family, what you've been doing. You buy your lifetime income. Then you get your real estate and your franchise for auto income. And that way you get the American dream. There's no difference between a millionaire or billionaire and you, besides they didn't use their return. That's it. You win the lottery. Now what? Your CPA and attorney will tell you to put in your account for your SSN. I'm going to say no. Then they're going to say you don't have a corporate and tax ID. I'm going to say, hey, that doesn't matter. A division of you allows you to put that money in the division of you in the same corporate bank account. You sit down with the banker, you borrow against it. Borrow money is not taxable. All right, what do? We turn that into millions and billions in auto income. Every property you get should be a division. Which one's going to slip and fall and kind of screw you up? You don't know, neither do I. House payment offsets the taxes. From there, Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion to double trillion. Why would they pay tax? They don't have to. See, they know how to play the game. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. We watched him buy Twitter, all right, borrow $44 billion and screw it up in 3 weeks. The #1 dashboard in the world is now crap. It's X marks the spot. Twiddly-dee, twiddly-dum. All right, the bottom line is that's just what he did. He's got a spaceship, so does the other guy. What is our goal? Why don't we join them, join the club, and let's win the battle too. Ultimate goal. See, $165 million. He only uses 12 of the rooms. Mark buys all the properties around where he lives. Buffett's got 64 houses. So again, they don't pay tax on the corporate end, neither do these companies. So again, what do? Learn to play the game to win. How you receive money matters. You tax, corporation, that tax till you're profitable. So again, working with the IRS's rules and tools. And that's the goal, rules and tools. So if we look at, we have an SSN, we can't be the duck and the sheep. 100,000 of credit for us, 71,000 safety. You never use your personal credit to start a business. That'd be stupid. Unfortunately, 87% of people that did stupid, they hurt their family. All right, the goal is never to bring your pain home. Corporation, all right, what do? We don't name it after ourselves. We don't name what it does. We set up a line of defense. We have divisions, house, franchise, current business. We can create up to $1 million per entity and create a line of defense. That's the goal. If we get that set up, we do an analysis of ourselves. Should we not be an S corp from LLC to C corp to S? Offset the taxes up to 3 to 5 million. Break even over here too. So what do we get to do? Maybe we want to sell things on Amazon and eBay. It's OPM money, supply and vendor money. We sell computers or widgets. It's up to you. So here, take a picture of this in case you're jacked up on your personal credit. You would build supply to create cash credit and balance your debt. Unless you're going to win the lottery and get a big raise, it'll be up to you. Solution for problem. Sell products on Amazon, eBay. So I have no excuses. Neither do you. All right, ultimate goal. I accomplished every goal I've ever had. It's your turn, by the way. And there's classes on Wednesdays and Saturdays all through the day. All right, the ultimate goal. And always remember, white men do jump, stupid people say we don't. So the coaching program is pretty simple. We put you in the blueprint. We break it down. We make sure we have a blueprint of what we have past, present, and future, and as we build the future. The blueprint call, all right, it's up to an hour. Usually you have your partner life with you. All right, it's $999. The goal is to goal list, daily list, weekly list, and project lists. From here, that way we create auto income. Now, I'm always going to pick a boring business. All right, that's what I always did, from the laundromats to the dry cleaning to the payphones or whatever I could. I don't want to run the business. Every time I invested $40,000, my income was up to $10,000 a month. Every time I invested $100,000, the income was up to $45,000 a month, $250 on. So this is the checkbook money I'd line you up to build and get into that business that's auto income. See, every time what happens, like here's a piece of property. They want $3 million, hypothetical. Okay, it's 10% down. Well, what do? We use the corporate credit I build you. Now you have an income of $13,452, but you think you're done. You're not done. One of those tenants slip, fall, and sue you and screw you up, you're down to zero again. If we take the time and dissect it, and we actually assign with a mortgage, you now turn the income to $76,800. Okay, income. All right, monthly. And that way you reverse the liability. They can't sue you, but you can sue them if they don't pay. Again, you go to the expo, what happens? It's like a deer in the headlights. Which one are we going to pick? So again, I'm always going to focus on what gives me auto income. That's the goal. So it's like when I got this location, what am I looking to do? Auto income. What did we create? 96,000 in 3 days. Based on the locations right now, all right, we're going to create price of about $180,000 a month. All right, minimum up to $300,000 a week. Okay, it's amazing what it can be done. So when you get the auto income or you get the checkbook money, you decide your location or something, or bridge loans to double your money, or you basically play with one of my projects with me. And we just make money. Real estate franchise storage units. You get 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months program. All right, the 6 weeks is very simple. If you have certain pieces, you don't need them again. That's why it says if needed. But what happens is 6 weeks, that's $11,596. I discount it, very simple. All right, half price of $4,999. Now you're stuck with me. It is a Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. Okay, if you need to use a card, you just email me to use a card. What are we looking to do? 3 months lined you up. 6 months you should have a first location. As long as you do what you're told to do, 12 months gives you multiple locations. All right, goal should be $5 million. So again, line you up, get your location or multiples. That'll be up to you. So what the main thing is, you're stuck with me from beginning, middle to the end. This means phone calls, classes, rapid rescore, push you up, and away. We got to get you to be that certified CFO. We're going to look on projects, daisy chaining of credit, and push it up, and away. Very simple. So what happens is on the 3 months, it's $8,000. I build you $150,000 of credit, which will cost you $15,000 anyway, so it's a bonus. 6 months is going to be $15,000. You're given $300,000 of credit, and literally $500,000 of credit built when you do the $30,000 program. Okay, that would have cost you $50,000 anyway. So again, it is a Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. Your ultimate goal is to learn about auto income. If the banks and grocery stores can do this in front of you, all right, they use the corporations called subsidiaries. Why don't we use the division process where your name's not on? You're not a liable party. And what do we get to do? Never bring the pain home. The ultimate goal. So keep in mind to be that certified CFO, reprogram our brain to millionaire status, look beyond that curtain every time. And that's where my coaching program holds your hand every step of the way to create residual income. We've got to do that. So this is an overview and a good glimpse of what we're trying to accomplish with you. We stay safe, we stay strong, we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. All I know is I have everything I want besides going out there right nationwide again, and that's what we're getting ready to do with the TV radio show, Odyssey and Sirius Radio. Ready to blow it this year and wake up the world with the truth. The ultimate goal is going to be up to every one of you. So, all right, we stay safe, we stay strong, we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, all right, God loves us all. I'm here to help you too.